So what you want to do is incorporate, set up your LLC. Go ask your accountant how to do that, or even go in and ask your bank how to do it. And then set up a checking account, a business account in the name of your business. And then you're going to do your Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, Grubhub, Postmates, Instacart, all of your gigs. If you play guitar and get paid, it goes into that business account. If you detail a car, it goes into that business account. If you have another side job, dump it into that business account. And then you write yourself a check, just like you saw me doing, and you write yourself a check once a week from your business checking account to yourself, your name. So the simple gig pays for Shane. So if I'm going to try to finance a used Tesla Cybertruck and they've got their own financing or whatever, or you need to buy a new car, or if you're trying to buy a house or a condo, you don't want to say, well, I do Uber and Lyft and I did. You don't want that. You say, oh, I work for a company, or I have a company, or I just work for a company called The Simple Gig. And after you've done it for 3 years, or whatever your company name is, after you've done it for a while, then after 3 years, then now you've got a history, and you're paying yourself and showing these big fat checks to yourself and a company. I own a company called The Simple Gig, and I do various things, and these are my paycheck. These are my pay stubs, and you show the pay stubs from all of your gigs from one company, from one business that you work for, instead of saying, I'm an Uber driver, and trying to get finance. They don't want to sell you a car that you're just going to put 60,000 miles a year on, or at least 30,000 miles a year on. You're not going to do that. They're not going to finance you that. So that's how you finance a car. That's how you buy a house. Now, if you want to pay yourself very little, then go ahead and pay yourself very little, and then you're not going to pay very many taxes, but then you're not going to get financed as easy for certain things. Or you can do a business tax returns and a personal tax returns. And your business tax returns, then maybe you would have to buy the Cybertruck under the business name, and that would be a business company truck. Or and pay yourself very little, so you pay very little income tax, or pay yourself a whole bunch, and right. So there's that. That's how you buy a car or a house as an Uber driver, as a gig worker. Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, Grubhub, Postmates, Instacart, play guitar, detail cars, odd jobs, moving things, hauling things, tours, mining tours, hauling a wedding cake. Whatever it is that you make money, you put it into your LLC, limited liability corporation. And then if you're able to, you may not be able to, but put your car registration and everything into the business name, the LLC, and your house in the LLC, and incorporate. And then if something happens and you have a terrible accident, they can't take your house and you can't take your car, or your other cars that are in your LLC. So that's how you buy a house and buy a car as an Uber driver.